We live, family. We live. Back at it once again. You already know what it is. Chauncey, aka the Black Separatist. Back at you with another live stream. And I want to talk about the Black church or the conscious community. Quote, unquote. Ain't no damn difference, man. Ain't no damn difference, And I'm going to talk about this, my experience so far in the Black conscious community for the past 3 years versus 33 years of the Black church. And it ain't no damn difference. All right, family. So before I start on my commentary, I'm not going to be on here for too long. It's late. This is late for me. I'm usually in bed at this time, but I really wanted to talk about this, get this off my chest before I go to bed, actually. So that's why I'm doing a live stream. All right. But anyway, before I start on my commentary, if you're new to this channel, if you're new to this live stream, once again, my name is Chauncey, aka the Black Separatist. On this channel, on this live stream right now, you're watching, I talk about counter racism. I also talk about issues that affect Black people collectively as a group, and I offer my suggestions on how to replace this broken system of injustice, this broken system of racism, which is white supremacy, with a system of justice. So if you are new and you agree to that ideology, please subscribe to this channel. If you don't agree to that ideology, might as well go ahead and subscribe anyway. We got professional trolls. We got professional hate watchers. Go ahead, leave your hate comments, because at the end of the day, you're just another statistic. All right. So anyway, I want to talk about the Black church or the so-called Black conscious community. And some of you guys know, if you guys have followed me for a long time, you guys know I basically grew up in the Black church. Christianity was all I knew for 33 years. I was basically indoctrinated and brainwashed via social engineering by praising to a white Jesus. Come to find out he was Caesar Borgia, Serapis Christos, composite deity, after doing all this research and stuff like that on my own. That's what I did 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened with me. Came from the Black church, going to church, trying to give back to the community. And of course, there's nothing wrong with giving back to the community, but under the guise of Christianity, where you're brainwashed to accept everybody, right? Not recognizing who the enemy is, which is white supremacy. You're brainwashed to think everything is kumbaya, right? Everything is everything. You're God's child. You got to be baptized in the name of Jesus. Not knowing the history of the word of the name Jesus and the letter J, when it was invented, breaking down the Bibles, the first Bible translated, from Latin to English, which is the John Wycliffe Bible. I could break all that stuff down, but I'm not here to do that, because again, this is stuff I learned on my own, right? I consider myself a pretty good researcher. If I wasn't a good researcher, I wouldn't be able to be where I am today in terms of my profession as a solutions architect in information technology, working with multi-billion-dollar companies like a Google, like Cisco, like Microsoft, et cetera, Amazon, right? So that's the thing with me, I've been talking about the past couple of videos, the incident with Sarnetta, and young Pharaoh, Sarah Suit and Seti, Amaral Squad, they're having their little beef, going back and forth with, like I said, the nigga shit, going back and forth with it, and the thing about it is, family, being in the Black church for 33 years, right? And again, like I said, I've been indoctrinated. I was indoctrinated by Christianity via social engineering, et cetera, right? And being in that particular realm in the Black church, you understand that you have certain gills that you do. You go to church every day, or not every day, every Sunday rather. Then you have Bible study, right? Praise to the white Jesus, right? And then, you have some Christians, have Christian subgroups who think of a Black Jesus, right? They think that Jesus is Black. Or you have some Christians who basically say, it doesn't matter what color Jesus is. Heard it all. You know what I'm saying? So when you are in that realm for 33 years, right, in the Black church for 33 years, and you have certain innuendos, things of that nature that you do, like I say, go to church every day, on every Sunday, Bible study, et cetera, then you finally wake up like I did 3 years ago, right? To be honest with you, what got me enlightened or in my higher consciousness, what got me in that situation was after the Trayvon Martin incident. This was actually in 2012, right? That's what kind of prompted me to do more research into why things like that Trayvon Martin being gunned down and profiled by this psychopath Neanderthal white supremacist who's still living today, George Zimmerman. Sure, like a little bit after that, in 2013, that's when I really started digging in, studying, trying to find out what's going on. What's the cause of that? Why did that happen? And so I came across Dr. Umar Johnson videos, right? That was one of the first things I came across on YouTube, et cetera. And then I would cross-reference the material that he would say with sources, right, of some of the content he's saying. I would then learn about Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, right? Then Neely Fuller, right? Then Amos Wilson. Okay. All right. The list goes on and on. I started just reading different materials from these kind of scholars and things of that nature. And that's what led me to other schools of thoughts for Black consciousness. And after that, that's when I was basically on the mission just to find my true identity in terms of my African heritage, right? So that's where that all transpired. So that was in 2013. Yeah, okay. And if you, like I said, if you've been following me for a long time, I started my platform, GMOGMedia, right? I started a platform for local gospel artist in South Florida. Okay. I was directing a couple of music videos, gospel artists, right? Excuse me. A couple of gospel artists. I actually directed a couple of videos, shot and edited myself. As you can see, this old dusty keyboard, I was producing music, even I haven't touched this thing in a few years, producing music for gospel artists and stuff like that. So I was working in that realm for quite some time, the gospel hip hop artists and spoken word artists and gospel stuff like that. That's what I was doing, and then my platform swayed from that into the Black conscious movement, right? Where I would bring in people to speak, lecturers to speak, like a Dr. Umar Johnson, who, I've done several videos for and brought him down here quite a few times, 2013, 2014. Dr. Kaba Kabane, okay, also brought him down as well, 2014, things of that nature. So that's where that all started, right? I did that back in, started bringing more Black consciousness people, and scholars, master teachers, things of that nature, around 2014. Okay. So again, like I said, I understand the business side of bringing in people to speak, booking venues, right? Paying for hotels, paying for flights. I know that business side of things. So I know and understand that wholeheartedly. Right. So when you are, like I said, when you have been in the Black church for 33 damn years, right? You see the Black pastors hooping and hollering, asking for a love offering, right? Y'all, if y'all been in the Black church, y'all know what I'm talking about. The love offering, for the pastor, the building fund for the church that you ain't never see no building for 20 years, but they still collecting money. Meanwhile, the pastor got a brand new Ghost Rolls Royce and a brand new Escalade, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've seen firsthand. I've seen that. You know what I'm saying? And now that I've switched from the Black church to the Black conscious community, the characteristics are the same. The only difference is basically you trading your Bible for an Ankh, or you trade it in for an RBG flag, right? You could be like, yeah, I was a former Christian. Now I'm a Pan-Africanist, Black power, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is as far as trading in or going from one ideology, which is, Eurocentric Christianity, when we know, based off what I've studied, Christianity is, just a fragment of African spirituality. That's where it comes from, ancient Kemet, Kush, et cetera, right? So that you have different nuances within the Black conscious community and the Black church, right? Now, the point I also want to bring up is this, right? Like I said, the Sonetta event this past Sunday, I'm still trying to work on some few people who were there at the event to do a live stream. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to get some folks on the show, on the live stream, to talk about what happened. But anyway, basically, there is no difference between the Black church and the Black conscious community. Why? Because they're both dominated by white supremacy. It's that simple. The Black church, okay, they got their building, but they take out mortgages for the church from a white-owned institute, right? All their money, that tithe and love offering money donation, goes to a white-owned bank. Facts. Go to the Black conscious community. Let's bring in a nice speaker. Let's bring in Brother Polite or Dr. Umar Johnson to speak. Let's get a venue. Venue is white owned, right? The venue that Sonetta got, which is the Alhambra Ballroom, is white owned. A real estate company by the name of Gem Realty Management Incorporated bought that building in 2014 for $22 million. All right. Now you can say, well, Sonetta, he still got money. Okay, that's true. That's true. He got money from the event. People are still concerned about getting refunds and stuff like that. That's a whole nother topic of conversation, right? But the fact remains is that Black folks, we don't own or control anything. We still rely on the dominant white society's resources. We got to get venues owned by the white man. We got to get banks. We got to get loans, etc., by white-owned institutions. as much as we quote unquote bang on each other, pause, we need to have that energy. We need to have that emotion to build our own economy, build our own infrastructure, build our own resources, so we cannot depend on the dominant white society's resources. But again, like I always say, we have a long way to go. We do. It's a fact. We got a long way to go. And like I keep saying, I call myself the black separatist. Yes, I want to separate from the dominant white society and build our own everything. I don't really want to leave the United States, but if I have to, that's fine. But black people are the indigenous people of this land. Like I keep saying, go back, get yourself a dictionary before 1840. You will see that the term American refers to copper colored people. Look it up yourself. All right. Look that up yourself. So my whole thing is this also, family. When you go from like myself, I know there's people who subscribe to my channel who also came from the black church and or probably in-betweeners, because I was an in-betweener for a while. I was still in the church, but I wanted to know more about, African ancestry, stuff like that, which again, I know and understand what you're coming from. But my thing is this. I mean, I'm going to end it with this because I'm not going to be here for too long. This is late for me. All right. My thing is this, family. Don't be an idol worshiper. Don't worship personalities. Do your own research. All right. Always do your own research. Again, I'm self-taught. I wish I could show you all my certifications I got from all these different organizations I lost count. All right. But all of that, my point is all of that stuff it's on my wall right here. I can't move my camera. On my wall, I taught myself. So point is, teach yourself these things. If you got to learn a new language, teach yourself. If you need to learn something about, I don't know, something about Egypt or something about Liberia, whatever the case may be, learn that yourself. All right. You can use a point of reference like an old John Henry Clark video or an old Dr. Ben video, whatever the case may be, but understand their primary sources. Get their sources and study that yourself. All right. Study that yourself. That's what I did. I studied their sources and get my own understanding. All right. I follow the information. I don't follow the person. I don't become a personality worshiper. All right. When I was bringing in speakers like Dr. Umar Johnson and Dr. Kaba, I was basically trying to galvanize the community. I wanted to bring in these speakers who are professional speakers. They do that for a living, to come in and help galvanize the community. Right. That's what I was about. I was about helping to empower and galvanize the community. Right. And it came to a certain point where I believed I learned enough information to now offer suggestions about things to help with the situation, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm offering suggestions about a broken system, which is racism, white supremacy. So based on what I learned, I feel I can offer suggestions. I don't consider myself a master teacher or a scholar, nothing like that. Just a regular dude who pays taxes, all right, pays bills, et cetera, but is just here to offer suggestions about a broken system. That's it. That's it. So, like I said, family, I just wanted to end with that. Didn't want to be on here for too long. All right. Just wanted to drop my thoughts about the black church or the conscious community. Like I said, really ain't no damn difference. It's just no damn difference. You still got your nigga shit. You still got people fighting. Still got people arguing. You still got people asking for money. At the end of the day, both are dominated by white supremacy. Both rely on and depend on the dominant white society's resources. All right. Those are just facts. All right. All right, family. So I just wanted to sign off with that for you guys watching me live. I appreciate you guys watching me live. Again, stay tuned. I'm going to have a live stream with a couple of folks, probably more than a couple of folks, to talk about the recent Sonetta event that happened this past Sunday. Stay tuned for that, family. Until then, this is Chauncey, aka the Black Separatist, signing out. Peace.